I'll start with a quick review for this book. Everything is Fucked, a book about hope. I'm going to give this book 4 out of 5. It was an interesting read, very well written. I really liked the style of the author. Very easy read, conversational way. It feels like he's literally talking to you, not necessarily reading, especially when I was listening to it, but just the style of his writing was good. Interesting ideas and theories he brings from other people and some of his own. Generally, he talks about many different subjects, so it's an entertaining, very entertaining book. I would recommend. Let's see the notes. Hope is what makes us do what we do. We like to think we make a difference. So that's what really drives us. We like to think that we matter. Good writing engage both the feeling and the thinking brain. It's supposed to be and the thinking brain. That's what good writing does. There is no, it really grabs us. Some people have problem listening to the feeling brain, while others have problems listening to the thinking brain. That's different people have different issues. Some with the thinking brain, some with the feeling brain. Self-control is a delusion that happens when both the thinking brain and the feeling brain work together. That's what happens when we feel like we have control. Is just when those two parts of the brain, or not two parts, two type of the brain work synchronously. The first law of emotion is trying to equal the playing field. It's not the playing field. It's tit for tat. Emotions often try to equal it out. So I don't know if it was a Newton or some other great thinker. I think it's similar to the laws of thermodynamics, but there is the laws of emotion is that you're going to try to equal the playing field. So if someone causes something, we're going to try to get it back. What happens if we can't equal the playing field? We tend to think it ought to be, or that's destined. It's destiny. The longer we hold a certain value, the more likely we are to believe it, even though when it's not true, we're just gonna hold it. Emotional gravity is similar to physical gravity, where same minded people will attract to one another, and those who don't will repel. So that's emotional gravity. He compares it to general gravity, where same minded people would attract, and those who don't repel. Ideological religions are those who are based on the real world, such as capitalism, communism, etc. That's he creates a few definitions of religion. So there is a few types of religions. So one of them is ideological religions, and those are like capitalism and communism. The God value is not necessarily religion. It could be any value that guides us in life. So that's the God value. Anything that really guides us, it's not necessarily religion. Some people it's religion, for some other people it's something else, but whatever guides us is the God value. Side note, the book is written in a very easy and conversational way. That's what I said in the review part. It's really quite entertaining, and I recommend. According to Nietzsche, master morality is thinking we deserve to be high in the hierarchy, while slave mentality, that's be master mentality, is thinking we deserve better because we are at the bottom. And the difference between master to slave mentality. The masters think they deserve to be there. Both think they deserve, and sorry, and slave mentality is thinking we need to be better because we're there. We're both because we're at the bottom. So that's different, two different mentalities. Due to rapid progress, religions has changed from promising hope in the afterlife to something else. Because life has become much better, and there is, at least according to the author, it used to be very shit in the past, and now it's better. So it used to be, because it was shitty, they used to offer hope in the afterlife, but now they don't have to offer that. Now they offer other things in the current world. Science is the new religion, but the only one that can improve itself because science can always changes, and that's not unlike other religions. According to the author, the fact that we are meaningless means we should take responsibility. Somehow it follows. I don't see how it follows. That's why I said according to the author, because I do not necessarily agree with this fact or this idea. Because if we are meaningless, why should we take responsibility? I don't see how it goes. I worked for him. Some things such as happiness and love are non-transactional, where you cannot bargain for them. It's just you can buy happiness, as they say, or you can buy love. It's not something where you can force someone into this. It's non-transactional. According to Kant, meaning can only be formed by what ascribed the meaning in the first place, which is consciousness. So only consciousness can ascribe meaning because that's what came up with the meaning in the first place. Interesting idea. The internet gives people what they want, not what they need. It's not what people need, it's what they want. And it's not necessarily good. Next one is marketing is all about reducing or relieving pain. So that's the ABC of marketing, basically. Get people what they want, obviously, but also relieve pain. Next one is marketing cigarettes to women was done by setting inequality. That's how it started. They said there is inequality because men can smoke and women can't, and now everyone smokes. Next one is according to the author, freedom is self-limitation. That's how we can get freedom by limiting ourselves, and that's how we create freedom. The last one is according to the author, the next god is AI. He thinks that that's going to be the next god because there is more and more AI. AI would know better than us what's going on, and he thinks that's the next god. I would not necessarily agree. I think it's maybe in the future, but it's very far ahead, and not necessarily going to happen. So that's for the notes, and again, there's interesting parts in the book, very entertaining. I would recommend. He does use the word fucked a little too much. He enjoys it. I think his previous book it was another thing about fucked. So if you care about that, don't read it. But it's not a big of a deal. But it is written in a very very casual way, and I would recommend 4 out of 5. Thank you.